is in the slide, which is proposal 85. Yes, thank you. So with the help of blockchain, the proposal is being raised in Mainnet right now, and is currently in deposit period. I think we're not seeing anything right now. Okay. That. And I guess Keen could share a few points that are worth to mention. And after that, LikeCoin will also share a little bit on what is our plan on the product itself that is relying on LikeCoin chain as well. So Keen, can you pick up from here?
Okay. So after like a quarter, so there's finally a formal proposal raised by blockchain from Taiwan, Astro Hui, and then for now I can only base it on the assumption that the proposal will receive enough deposit so as to go into the official voting period. For that, I'm confident, but of course, I can actually place enough LikeCoin, deposit enough LikeCoin for it to turn into formal voting period immediately. But I think it's a very meaningful moment for others, for the community to join as well. So I like to leave it for the community to say to whoever who supported can deposit a certain amount so that more people take part in the process. And then, of course, after the proposal goes into the formal voting period, we have to get enough support from the community so that I can take action to somehow realize what was planted. When I say I mean I as in tech subDAO, because we need somebody to actually conduct the development and other migration and everything like that. And also we need more upcoming proposals to realize what is proposed in this proposal 85 as a signal from the community. So we need to, if it get passed it, we need to break it down into more steps, smaller proposals to actually make it happen. And those steps I have already outlined in my previous green paper as 7 steps. So right now it's like the first step, and there are like kind of a whole bunch of things that we have to do before we really get there. So for now, I've briefly talked to LikeCoin, which is willing to take up some of the tasks, and there are probably some more tasks that we need other people to be involved in to help. So if you're interested, if you have room to help, please do let us know. We do have some reasonable budget for these tasks, because it's not like it's not easy at all. So it is pretty significant workload. So that's it for now. I'll pass the mic back to Phoebe.
I guess the action item is, while it's important to get the proposal in the voting period, we do want it to have enough awareness during the deposit period, so we can involve as many community as possible, given I guess people might not be aware once it's getting into voting. Next slide, please. So LikeCoin team did some internal discussions about what are the migration items that will rely that we will need to start planning ahead. This is separated from the Litecoin chain itself. So, like token will be a separate task for us if we are able to help. So, I think there are quite few items that the community has asked about and concerned about what will happen to the existing product. So, first of all, is user account. So basically, as most of you would know, we are using Kepler and also as a decentralized login method, as well as off-core as a social login method, where user will automatically have a wallet address binded to their Leica ID. So Leica ID in the next phase will be continue supporting EVM address. It will be migrated together with the Lite token. That's something we imagine. On the migration site, assume there will be a migration site. And once user migrated their Lite token, the wallet, the account will also be uh, upgraded, migrated to the EVM address. So that's nothing much to worry about. We won't be adopting a new user flow. So it will depends on the migration flow that we design later on, but hopefully it will be very seamless. And secondly, regarding writing NFT and NFT books, both will be migrated to Ethereum ecosystem, which means we won't you don't have to worry about what happened to your previous writing NFTs or the books that you collected or purchased on LikeCoin. They will be still be available uh, for a certain period that from the old LikeCoin site and the new one once you migrate it. So it will either be on one of the site once you migrate, and you will have access towards them. So you don't have to worry about it. But depends on the token format. We will still need some time to do some research, but likely will be live between ERC 721 or 1155. The major reason to consider these two token standard is that majority of the infrastructure could support these two tokens. For example, a wallet could easily shows the NFT books that you have collected, etc. We might consider to make some suggestions on the book metadata for certain type of field that only us have it, but that would be maybe in a later phase. But bottom line is we want to adopt a major token standard as much as possible, so it is more integrated to the Ethereum ecosystem. And fourthly, will be a separate layer, which is ISCN. um, there will be some structural changes in terms of how it is minted currently on Litecoin chain. Uh, I can't answer too much about the technical questions. If anyone wants to know more, William could add on that after me. And the existing NFT text memo, since it is a special module on Litecoin chain right now, um, we do have planned to migrate it as well, but it might be stored in a different way. That yet to be discussed. Um, and there are also few lower, not lower priority, but parallelly, we'll explore the possibility uh, from what I have just discussed. For example, the current login services that we're using technically it support EVM logic, but we still have to figure out will there be some upgrade or migration needed from that surface as well. We are also aware that the existing ERC ecosystem had quite an established wallet library. So will we directly enable that library instead of building Wallet Connect, integrating with Wallet Connect ourselves? So that would be something we could explore. Um, and in return of in response to the migration period, we will likely have two sites parallel happening, and the new Likeland site, which should look like the current one, will have a ERC backend, and the old site we might downgrade it with different color or a little bit of different site URL, so people would know is actually a old site during the migration period, and only remaining with the basic functionality for old users to trace old book transaction record, etc. So suppose everything should happen on the new LikeCoin site, which is look like the current one uh, after the migration. So that is something that we'll lay out more details in Q4. But we still have to find out the resources and timeline parallel with what's happening on LikeCoin product. Um, for example, the current publication timeline, etc. So we'll share more news, I guess, in the next month community call, and also see how much we can take on for the LikeCoin chain migration path. William, do you have anything to add?
See if the any audience have any questions or like expectation. And I think this is just a rough plan because we haven't dig into the actual technical details yet. So as we go on, maybe we will have some changes, like how we host the legacy site. Will it be a full function site or just like a full transaction page for each class ID? We do not know yet.
Okay, maybe let's move on then. Next slide, please. Yeah. So as we wrap up, what will happen on LikeCoin chain? There are also some day-to-day
Hey,
operations.
can I ask a question?
Yep.
So will I suppose like ID will turn into ENS subdomain? Is it the plan?
Uh, it's not in the migration plan, but actually we have explored it before. And after migration is done, or actually I'm not sure what's the status of ENS on Optimus. So, if it's possible, and actually we are very eager to implement it on ENS, since it's one of our goal to decentralize like our ID.
I think I do know a little bit about the status of ENS on Optimism. So the the records are still written and managed in Mainnet, but then you can specify your address corresponding to the ENS in different chains, including most of the major L2 chains, and even like Sonera, Cosmos, Bitcoin, and things. And they once said that, I mean, the team of ENS once said that they are going to do an L2 for ENS themselves, but I'm not sure about the status. I mean, in any case, the ENS on Optimism is supported on ENS.
Yeah, I think it was costly to like put every like ID on ENS before, but they did some collab with Coinbase or Binance that does not require uploading each record one by one using gas. So maybe we can look into it and see if we can do it in this migration, but probably we'll do it in a later status.
Okay, I just put it down in the details so we can come back to it later. Um, any other questions on LikeCoin chain itself? If not, I think I will move on representing LikeCoin. It's on the product update. So next slide, please. So uh, there are several key data from LikeCoin that we try to measure month over month right now. Actually, week over week, but I summarized some of the finding given it's a monthly community call. So in September, we actually had the same new book listed number compared to October, and affiliates also slightly grow as we have some new authors that help promote new books as well. Transaction volume is expectedly down, decreased a little bit. We tried to catch sales in the last week, but we were all caught up with the book campaign that we just launched over the weekend, which is early October. So that reflected in the volume. So hopefully we can turn it into consecutive month over month positive growth for us in transaction volume. And our social channel continue to increase our reach because of the authors that we work with and also collaborative posts that we made. So LikeCoin itself is growing its own social presence across platforms. And there are some key findings that I would like to share. So last month, LikeCoin team expanded our new services, which is a epoch making services for partners, especially for those who don't have bandwidth to make their own EPUB. That's why they can't sell digital books. So we collab with one of the local independent publishers called Blue Sky, which eventually helped us make a launch during the book UK book fair last week, the past weekend. So we actually launched 6 exclusive ebooks with them. Another one is with Nowhere publisher from Taiwan. And we packaged the whole new books with a campaign, which highlight the autograph feature, which we find out it was quite stand out from other ebook platform that they cannot provide, which you will see some pictures next slide. And yeah, so that was something that is quite interesting that we work on in the last month. And we also find out that actually it is several months of data tell us that there are several types of books had a really high tipping conversions. There are over 20% of conversion rate that actually tip the authors with their purchase. So I think that is also another really unique feature for LikeCoin compared to other ebook platform as well. So we'll continue to explore the possibility and how to streamline and improve the sales flow for tipping. And we also integrated much more sales strategy during the event, and also hopefully online we'll implement this as well. So I just leaked a quote that you can give up to friends and who you want to loop them into the ebook world. And we will be also giving out coupons for first time visitor, etc., to onboard them to LikeCoin. So that is a new feature that we migrated to a more established DMS system. So we can be more flexible using coupon in different settings, no matter it's in events, in email campaign, or to loop in return customers. So that's something we also implement. And there's one thing I didn't mention here, which is the cross-sell feature that you will often see in LikeCoin more often. We are still working on the data collection to see how it performed. So hopefully I can share the insight next month once we have more data point to share, given that was a new feature that we launched last month during the community call. So I guess that's the sum up of key learning from September. Next slide, please. So lastly, I guess we still have several books which is custom autograph, which means these 6 books that you see, you will receive a custom message from the author themselves. And one of the book, I think a few of them had only remain a few quota, so they are almost sold out. If you're interested, please do catch and support this author on our site. They should be on our main bookstore site. I will also paste the link in the message later on. Next slide as well. And there are also other books that included and listed in the past 2 weeks. So if you're interested and would like to support, please go make a purchase, as some of them actually will close very soon for the events. So that's it for me on LikeCoin side. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer as well. Okay, I guess on time. Hope to see more of you next month, and we'll keep our progress updated. And you want more? If you want more frequent updates, do subscribe to our newsletter. We send out every 2 weeks. So that's it. Thank you all. Bye.